Hello friends, namaste. I hope you're doing well. As we are recording this video, there's a lot of uncertainty happening both in the community and around the world, really. So I want to do this grounding yoga practice so that you can feel more secure, adaptable, and powerful, which is aligned with the base chakras, the first, second, and third chakras. So we're going to be working with these as we practice today. You'll need a blanket to sit on. You may want to have 2 blocks if your hips and hamstrings are on the tight side. And you may want to be diffusing some relaxing, grounding essential oils or put some topically on your feet. I'm using the Align essential oil blend from doTERRA that I'm going to put on the tops of the feet, not the soles, because I don't want to be slipping on my mat. But this is a really grounding blend that you may want to try. And then once you're feeling settled, we'll come into a comfortable seated position. It could be any version of a cross-legged pose. And we'll rest our hands on the knees or thighs. Go ahead and close your eyes. We'll take a few slow, deep, even breaths. With each exhalation, we're becoming more settled. Into our body, into this time, into this space. With each in-breath, we become more and more embodied. So this means that we are turning our attention inward. And with our inner eye, we can look as we relax from the crown of the head down. Feeling the crown of the head and then bringing your awareness inside the head. We're in the center of the head in this sphere. Looking around there 360 degrees out from the center, relaxing all the muscles around that space. So the forehead, the jaw, the tongue, the neck. And stay in the central channel of the body as you move your awareness down. From the center of the chest, we're looking around, relaxing in the periphery, the chest, the intercostal spaces of the ribs. Feeling our full deep breaths. Move our awareness down into the pelvis. And from the center of the pelvic bowl, we're relaxing out from that center. Feeling relaxed, heavy legs. Moist, spacious hip joints. A long, lengthened lumbar and sacral spine. Go up to the shoulders, making sure they are depressed, the elbows are heavy. Then again, awareness back down to the pelvis, feeling the weight of gravity's pull. And feeling the tailbone, or imagine we're sending roots down into the earth. Heavy roots with heavy legs and tail. And this is the energy of the first chakra, muladhara, which leaves us feeling stable, secure, and trusting. And this is earth energy we're being planted in. And we'll rise up to the lower belly, low back. And this is the second chakra, svadhisthana, water energy. This region is supposed to be fluid. It's our creative space, our sensual space. And when we're feeling balanced here, we are flexible, adaptable. And then between the belly and sternum, the solar plexus region, this is manipura. And this is fire energy. Our seat of will and power. And we can make an intention for our practice today. And we're going to do our best to remain aware in these physical regions and open to the emotional and spiritual development of ourselves so that we can be more whole and connected and enjoy our lives regardless of what is happening around us. And then we'll switch the cross of our legs, bringing the other in front. Sitting upright again, grounding again through your tail. Deep, even breaths here. And we'll make sure we're inhaling all the way down to the pelvic floor, relaxing your belly, letting it be full as the breath moves down, anchoring the breath there. And then we'll lift the pelvic floor slightly. So feeling the other two chakras engage, the breath moves up and out easily through the nose. So inhaling down with a constricted throat, making the sound of Ujjayi pranayama. Exhale up and out. See if each part of the breath can be about 4 or 5 seconds. And you may notice that if you have been stressed, we need to be relaxing more and more to bring the breath all the way down. When we are stressed, when we are overwhelmed, the breath tends to be shallow and we remain disconnected from these power spaces below. One more deep breath. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. We'll bring the hands behind. We'll have the fingertips pointed toward the front, leaning back into the center of the hands. We'll keep the tail moving down as your chest moves forward. So opening the chest, relaxing in between the shoulder blades. If it feels safe, you can retract your chin, bringing the head back. Feeling the whole open space in the front of the body. But most importantly, we're planting down through the pelvis, through the tail, through the legs. And the rest of the movement originates at that grounded space. With your next exhalation, we'll pull the belly in. And as you inhale, walk the hands in to lift the torso back up. And we're going to move the legs out to the sides. Staying on the blanket will help to tilt the hips forward here. And again, we're going to bring the hands behind and then tilt the pelvis forward even more, bringing the tail down, lifting the chest. Again, retracting the chin and bringing the head back is optional. We're very connected here with our legs, pressing the hamstrings down, engaging your quadriceps. The toes are turning up toward the ceiling. On an exhalation, we engage the belly, manipura, that fire energy at the belly. We pull it in, and then inhale, lifting the torso back up. As you exhale, we'll bring one knee up and forward. We'll do the same with the other leg. And we'll take a few deep breaths here, folding in around the knees. Go ahead and come off of your blanket, and we're going to move to the side. Still with the soles of the feet to the ground, knees bent. We'll hold on behind the knees and keeping the chest lifted, shoulder blades down and in. We'll recline back on the sacrum, lifting the feet away from the floor, lower legs parallel with the floor for Navasana. If your back is feeling strong here, we can let go with the arms. We can stretch the legs straight. Keep the low back lifting. And the knees back in. As you exhale, we'll roll down onto the back. We'll keep the chin moving in toward the chest. And stretch the legs and arms out. Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. Go ahead and bend the knees, bringing the head down. We'll turn the head from side to side, releasing the neck. Let's do each pose once more, holding for about 5 breaths. So as you inhale, we'll rock forward, finding the appropriate position for the arms, for the legs. Okay, we'll bend the knees, roll back down, stretch legs and arms straight again. Your breath will be a little quicker since we're using the belly, building heat. One more breath. And as you exhale, we'll bend the knees into the chest, release the head down, and turn the head from side to side. Let's hold on behind the knees. We'll rock forward again, and go ahead and cross the feet and come on to the hands and knees. Start with a neutral spine. Tail moving straight back, chest and gaze looking forward, fingers spread out, and ankles right behind the knees, which are hip joint width apart. And as you inhale, we'll lift the tail, lift the chest, cow pose, and exhale, rounding in, cat. Inhale, opening back up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding in, cat. Last time, inhaling, cow pose. And this last time as you feel cat, make sure you feel your tail moving down in between the knees. Grounding energy here. Then we'll inhale, neutral spine, tuck the toes under, and send your weight back, downward dog. Even though we're inverted here, we're still working toward bringing the breath all the way into the pelvis. So grounding through that muladhara, the first chakra, down into the legs, down into the earth. So as you inhale, we feel the hips rise, your weight moves back. And as the breath moves out, you may feel a bit more light, and we can move away from the hands a bit more. So whole spine is lengthened out here. If your back is rounding, you can be bending your knees, bringing the ribs toward the thighs to find that straight spine. Let's open up the feet, having the toes turn out slightly, and we'll walk the hands back. And go ahead and bend the knees right over the ankles. So you're sitting the hips back quite a bit, finding a deep fold in the front of the hips. And we'll keep the arms stretched out here. So our thighs are about parallel to the floor. We'll let the ears rest down inside the arms. Feel the strength of your legs. We'll keep the knees hugging in around the ribs. One more deep breath here. And then again, downward dog, stretching back out with the hands, with the feet, aiming the tail up toward the ceiling. So feel the whole surface area of your palms and soles. We'll stay connected there. And with your next in-breath, we'll lift the heels, roll forward. So your tail is moving down. Back is rounding. And then we'll press the shoulder blades down the back as you bring your heels back. Look forward with your chest. Plank pose. We'll hold here. Feel like you're pushing away from the fingers, bringing more weight back into the legs. One more breath. And at the end of the exhalation, we'll bring the knees down, tops of the feet to the floor, belly pulls back, child's pose. Next in-breath, we'll bring the right foot forward in between the hands. And this is where you might want to be up on blocks at any height that gives your hips a bit more space. We'll hug the thighs in, engage the pelvic floor, and you can keep the hands down or bring them up to the thigh. Left hip looking forward. For the next few breaths, we could send the arms up. Your exhalation, we're feeling the weight of the back body releasing down. So shoulder blades, tail. And that back leg is like one big foot grounding into the earth. Okay, another in-breath here. Opened up from that grounded space. And exhale, we'll fold the hands down. Backs of the toes come to the floor. Let's straighten that back leg and fold briefly over the front leg. Next in-breath, we'll bend the knee again. Exhale, plank pose, shifting back. Hold again, pushing away from the base of the fingers. Keep your gaze looking forward. Feel the strong, grounded energy of the legs. So if you're trying to stand on the wall behind you, next exhalation, we'll bring the knees down, fold back into child's pose. Stay here for a breath. And inhale, coming forward with the left foot. Again, come up on blocks if you need to. Right hip looks forward. We engage the thighs, engage the pelvic floor. Hands to the thigh. Or we could stretch the arms up to the ceiling. But again, we're not lifting the shoulders. Shoulders are staying down and back. One more in-breath. Rise from the feet. Exhale, folding hands down. Inhale, we'll straighten the back leg. Exhale, we'll fold over the front leg as it straightens. And inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, plank pose, sending the legs back again, grounding again, even though we're at an angle with the floor now. So you're directing your energy down. Solar plexus, low back, low belly, pelvic floor, and down through the legs. Feel your strength, feel your stability, feel your power. And then bend the knees, hips back, child's pose, folding. Let's come back up to the hands and knees. Downward dog, shift back. Now we're going to walk forward with our in-breath. So feet up to the front edge of the mat. Lift the chest here. You can come up on blocks if you'd like. And then exhale, fold back down. Now we'll walk the hands up the legs, rounding to rise. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. We'll keep the shoulders back. Settle down as you stretch the arms toward the floor. Each finger weighted. And feel that you're engaged in the front of the body. So quadriceps lifting, low belly stretching, chest rising up, crown of the head reaching. And then more importantly, for our intention today, back of the neck relaxing down, shoulders relax down, tail heavy. We feel the heels, feel the soles of the feet planted. Again, inhaling down into the pelvis. So opposing our natural tendency to just lift, you're grounding first. And then as you exhale, there's a lifting up where we tend to be more heavy. So opposing energies here keep us centered inside. And then on an in-breath, we'll inhale, arms forward and up. Sit back in an imaginary chair, aiming your tail to the floor. Deep fold at the front of the hips. The chest is rising up, our gaze stays forward. With your next exhalation, see if you can move down even deeper, keeping the soles of the feet to the floor. One more in-breath here. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands back, interlacing them at the low back. If you can, we'll squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Bring the elbows towards straight and up overhead. And then on an in-breath, we'll bend the knees, bring the arms back up. Exhale, we'll reach the left leg back, high runner's lunge. So reach the leg back first. Feel the balance over both feet. Tail heavy toward the floor as you stretch the torso up. With your exhalation, see if you can explore a bit more depth here in the hips. lowering closer toward the floor as you keep that back leg strong. And then we'll bring the right hand to the thigh, left arm out from the shoulder as we bring the left foot to the floor for Virabhadrasana 2. Adjust the feet so they're perpendicular to each other. Right arm floats up. Again, with your exhalation, we settle in. Let's see if we can return the left arm back down. Come back onto the ball of that back foot, stretching the torso and arms back up. So you need to be grounded here in order to balance. And then we're going to reach the arms forward as you bend at the hips. Virabhadrasana 3. Stretch the arms forward, back leg lifts, toes turning toward the floor. When you reach the arms down to the ground, send the left leg back again. We'll plant the hands, reach the right leg up, downward dog splits now. And we'll stack the hips right on top of the left. See if you can keep the leg lifted first, as high as it can go. And then go ahead and bend the knee. We're keeping our weight even over both hands. With your next in-breath, we'll square off the hips as you straighten the leg. Exhale, foot back through in between the hands. Inhale, coming forward with the back foot. And exhale, fold back down. Bend the knees. Inhaling up, Utkatasana. Exhale, settle back. Inhale, rise, plant the feet, we'll back bend at the top. And exhale, hands together at the heart. And again, we'll inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Inhale here. Exhale, deeper. Inhale here. Exhale, arms move back, knees move towards straight, arms can go up overhead. And then we'll inhale, bend the knees again, reaching arms back up alongside the ears, Utkatasana. Exhale, right leg back in a high runner's lunge. Inhale, lifting torso, lifting arms. Tail heavy toward that back heel. See if you can move down a little bit more, keeping that back leg very active. Breath makes its way all the way down into the pelvis. Exhale, left hand down to the thigh, right arm back, right foot comes down for Virabhadrasana 2. We'll float the left arm up and use your exhalation to explore more depth. We're staying centered here in the hips, not leaning forward or back too much. More weight in the front foot now as we transition again back into a high runner's lunge. And then we'll come forward here at the hips. Balance on the front leg. We'll bring the hands down, leg to the ground, lunging. And then downward dog splits. We'll stretch the left leg up behind. Keep it straight as you stack the hips. And then we'll bend that knee, reaching the leg back behind you. You can rotate the ankle, do whatever feels good there. And the next in-breath, we'll square off the hips, stretch the leg straight. Exhale, knee forward, foot through. Inhale, back foot forward. Exhale, down over the feet. Inhale, lifting up again. Exhale, sit back. Last time Utkatasana here. Inhale, torso and arms up. Exhale, tail and shoulder blades down. Inhale, we'll rise up, plant the feet before you back bend. And exhale, hands together, down in front of the heart. Take a moment to check in. Notice how connected you're feeling to your body, to your heart, to your mind. Let's open up to the side from here. Let's open up the feet about one leg length apart. We'll bring the hands to the hips, tail moves down, chest and gaze rise. And exhale, fold at the hips. We'll bring the hands down on blocks, or you can walk them inside the feet, fingertips lined up with the tips of the toes. We'll let the torso hang down. See if you can keep the shoulders lifted away from the floor. And feel your weight centered over each foot. We're going to inhale, reach the arms out under the shoulders, and then we're going to bring the left hand under the nose on the floor or block. Right hand moves back to the sacrum, and turn that right shoulder up as you keep the hips squared off with the floor. You can stretch the arm up. Or maybe even internally rotate the arm, bringing the hand around the left hip. Keep the shoulder rising up. It may feel good to look down at the floor and then forward. Breath still moving into the pelvis. Past this twist. On an exhalation, we'll replace the left hand with the right. Left hand moves to the sacrum. Twist up to the left, leading with the shoulder and elbow. Your left hand is keeping the hips down and stable. You can lift the left arm or bring it around your right hip. You can either stay looking up to the ceiling, neutral to the side, or you can look forward. So you're extending the neck. Exhale, unwinding, bringing the hands down. And then we'll heel toe the feet in, and we'll come down into a squat. So unlike the one we did in the beginning, this time our hips are going to come down, and then our hands can come together at the heart. Make a press the outer arms into the inner legs, and enjoy a few deep breaths here. And then releasing the hands down, slowly straighten the legs, round to rise, walking the hands up the front body. We'll roll in the shoulders. We'll keep the feet as they are, and let's bring our right arm across the body. Left arm comes underneath, and we'll wind them around. Garudasana, eagle arms. And then we're going to come back down into a squat. We'll use our in-breath to rise up, plant the feet, open the arms out, down, and then we'll cross the arms the other way. Left arm on top of the right. Exhale down. Do this 8 more times. In-breath to rise. We come up, open. Halfway here. Eight. 9. Last one. Come back down into a squat. And then we'll come to sit, and you might want to get your blanket again. And we'll sit down with the right leg in front or on top. So we're coming into square pose, which looks like a triangle in between the legs here. So the shins are stacked. Again, the leg can be in front or on top. And you could also put another blanket or a block to cushion if there's any space. You're gonna lift the torso up as you come onto your fingertips here. And then we'll keep the hips settled back as you stretch forward. Release with each exhalation. Tension melting. Let the earth take it. Rise up with your next in-breath. If you have your leg on top, you might have the mobility to come into half lotus with that leg. If not, again, just keep the leg folded in front, but maybe bring the feet in a little closer underneath you. And then we're going to twist to the right here. So right hand comes back, left hand can come across the knee. Ground through the hips, and then inhale, lifting up. Exhale as the belly empties, we explore more of a twist. Inhale, ground. Exhale, lengthening as you twist. Especially that left hip. Plant it firmly. And the next in-breath will unwind. We'll stretch the legs out in front. Lean back into the hands. We'll shake the legs out. And then come to the other side. So left leg now in front with simple cross legs, or actually a little more open, or we can bring this leg on top, which challenges our external rotators more and the backs of the hips. And then again, fingertips move down, plant the hips before you rise in the torso. And deep fold at the hips will come down. Soften anything that feels hard and rigid. As we reconnect to these places deep in the body, we can rest more deeply inside. Trusting the process. And we'll come back up, inhaling. Half lotus, if possible. And then left hand back, right hand across the knee. Ground as you inhale. Lifting the chest at the end of that in-breath, and exhale, we twist. So inhale, you're planting the hips, then rising up through the torso. Exhale, twist. Last breath. As you inhale, we unwind. As you exhale, release the legs. We'll shake them out. Turn to the side again, make your way down to your back. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Let's open up the knees, holding on to the feet, happy baby pose. Maintaining space between the shoulders and neck. And then bringing the soles of the feet together. You can bend at the elbows, hugging the feet in toward the belly. And then we'll keep the feet together and bring them down to the floor. Your hands can come to the tops of the thighs, and we'll gently press them down, tractioning out the low back. Traction out the neck if you need to adjust your head. And then we'll let the palms turn up next to the body. And you can keep your feet here or go ahead and stretch them out at the same angle of the groin. The whole front of the body is wide open here. Receptive. You can imagine yourself sinking down into the cool earth. Final rest in Shavasana, in corpse pose. So relaxed here. It's like that stage right before sleep. You're settling into bed, releasing all the worries from the day, all the events, all the plans to come even. Just drop it all to be in the moment, to rest, knowing you will be restored. In this symbolic death from this very grounded place allows for more possibilities and a wider perspective of what's possible. Stay as long as you'd like here. When you're ready to come out, we'll take the deepest breaths yet, feeling the whole volume of your body. Next in-breath, we'll stretch the arms up overhead, reach the legs out long in front. And with your next exhalation, we'll circle the arms down, hug your knees into your chest. Then we'll roll over to the side. And take your time to slowly come up. And I'll meet you again in a comfortable position. Tap back into what you're feeling physically as you scan your body from the inside. Acknowledge any emotions present in the heart. Clarity of mind. Feel the weight of your seat. With your next in-breath, we'll open the eyes as you stretch the arms up. And exhale, hands together down in front of the heart. Inhale, we'll open out from here. Exhale, in and down. Let's do this once more with meaning. So inhaling up, this could be connecting to your source. Exhale, pull in, receive into the heart. Inhale, sharing with others, with your community. Exhale, grounding down, always reverent toward the earth that supports us all. Hands back together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are feeling more grounded, more settled, and secure in body, heart, and mind. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up and commenting below. Subscribe to this channel if you're interested in my other wellness offerings. And before you go, you may want to get my free stress relieving acupressure guide that you can pick up in the description below. and go ahead and check out these other videos that can support your wellness. Take care.